welcome to the October 2019 general tarot reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. I went ahead and pulled some oracle cards for you guys just to start off the reading. I started off with the Oracle Wisdom cards, and I got soulmates. So my initial impression when I got this card, you see the number 41 breaking down to a 5. You're approaching a moment of change within your life. Perhaps somebody new is coming in that you have a strong connection to, somebody that can have a strong impact on your current lifestyle, maybe within a job, maybe within, a situation within school. I kind of sense that you might have a resistance to this person coming in. So you might recognize this person through the resistance that you might have when they come into your life. Because the thing about soulmates is that soulmates doesn't necessarily translate into an easy, free-flowing relationship that doesn't ever have any conflict. In fact, soulmates are more often than not people that come into your life and challenge you, stir things up within you. Sometimes they're a reflection of the things inside of yourself that you're not as forthcoming about addressing. And then right after this one, I drew an Angelarium card, and we got the Angel of Silence. So with this card, it kind of goes right along with that message of resistance. A lot of the times, a lot of us resist in the way of maybe speaking too much, questioning too many things, asking too many, questions, challenging. And with the Angel of Silence, it really calls upon us to not take up so much space with our words and our thoughts, overthinking, and really just take a chance to listen, to watch, to see, to absorb the things that are happening to us. And with this soulmates card, it's kind of like maybe there's somebody coming in who's stirring up your emotions, making you question things, making you wonder if it's too good to be true, or if this person has an ulterior motive. Maybe you're drawn to them, but on the outside they seem a little bit combative towards you, or it could be a friend, could be a lover, could be anybody. It could very well be somebody who's already in your life, who you have a strong connection to, but maybe you just don't understand it. So I don't know, you might find yourself saying harsh words, or maybe even receiving their words in a harsh way when they're not meant to be. And not ironically at all, I drew a animal spirit card from the animal spirit deck, and I got the black egg. So the thing about the black egg is it's actually the card representing our voice, finding our voice and speaking our authentic truth. So paired up with the silence card, what that to me means is right now in this, I guess, this time of change where maybe people are coming into your life, situations are unfolding where you're questioning the authenticity of others, or maybe even you're questioning your own truth. Really taking a step back to gather your thoughts, to gather, the way that you really want to say things so that maybe you don't come off in the wrong way, or maybe taking a step back to really rethink and use your intuition when you're analyzing what other people are saying to you, just so that you can get the best out of the message, and you can get to the bottom of it, because this is about the truth. This is about finding our inner voice and speaking the truth, but also receiving the truth, the true message behind what you're seeing, because what you see may not always be what you get. Even the imagery in this card right here, it's a black egg, so you think, oh, something dark, mysterious, haunting. That's not it. This is about the truth. Maybe the truth is a little bit scary, mysterious, and haunting, but ultimately, cheesy enough, the truth will set you free. Another thing about this card, I don't know if anybody out there is in a public speaking position, writing, music, art, poetry, if you're into anything like that where you are having to communicate. This is really, October 2019 is going to really be a time for you to gather your thoughts in a way that are eloquent. You know, don't speak, you know, just to fill the air. You know, don't speak out of, you know, gossip, out of fear, out of, you know, insecurity, anything like that. Really be thoughtful about how you're communicating right now, especially as pertaining to the relationships in your life. Because with this soulmates card right here, there could be a relationship that's coming in or coming, you know, forming right now that could benefit you in the long run. Additionally, with this whole theme of communication here, I believe October is National Writing Month. I believe so. So if there are any writers out there, maybe this is really telling you that it's your time to start communicating. Maybe you're going to get to connect with somebody who can, you know, help you with your new writing project, your new book or something like that. You know, if you're somebody who, I don't know, wants to get into the radio personality business, you might meet a connection or something like that. So those are your oracle messages. Now we are going to get right into the tarot cards. So I already did a pre-shuffle. This is the True Black Tarot deck. It's one of my favorites. It's very gorgeous. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to draw some cards for general messages for you, Aries. All right, so what messages do we have for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for October 2019? What messages do we have for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for October 2019? What messages do we have for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for October 2019? What messages do we have for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign for October 2019? Aries. What messages do we have for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign? Oop, October 2019. All right, I'm gonna take the first couple that fell out. Let's see. So, first we have the Sun card. Very great card. Joy, happiness, you know, enjoying family, laughter, fun, children. It also could represent Leo. Maybe this person coming in as a Leo. And then we have the Hanged Man, which is seeing things from another perspective, which kind of goes along with that theme of maybe somebody coming in or situations occurring. They might seem a little bit confusing on the surface, but maybe you're needing to take a step back and view it from a different angle, because what you see may not be what is actually occurring. And then with the Sun card, because it's such a great card, I'm sensing that something really great is presenting itself to you. It just may not have come in a way that you're used to receiving. So let's pull some more cards. What other messages do we have for Aries, October 2019? All right, so we have the Eight of Cups here. So the Eight of Cups is definitely about a transition. It's about leaving behind something that you've previously established to go on to something else. It's more of a moving on card. And you know, when you're leaving what you're used to for something new, there can be a sense of, you know, anxiety, a sense of, even when you look at this little tiny cute little octopus there, he looks a little bit scared because, you know, he's leaving home for the first time and going into a new territory. And that's kind of the feeling that you might be facing right now with transitioning from what you know to something new. I don't know if you're gonna have like a literal move, or if you're just maybe transitioning even in a relationship. I don't know if maybe you have a relationship and you're confronted with somebody new that you're drawn to, but you're skeptical of, perhaps. If I'm getting strong feelings of maybe you're changing careers, though. Maybe pursuing something artistic. But let's pull more cards so that we can see. What other messages do we have for Aries, October 2019? What other messages do we have for Aries, October 2019? All right. So we do have the Knight of Swords right here. So with the Knight of Swords, I get two feelings from this. One, this could be somebody in your life who has a very sharp tongue. a very sharp tongue, and that kind of goes along with that person. Maybe this is that person. Maybe they have Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra in their sun, moon, or rising signs, or somewhere strong in their birth chart. This is somebody who has a very silver tongue, who may be, you know, good at talking, good at communicating, but can be very quick-witted, can be very sharp, honest, truthful, direct, but the words might sting a little bit. And, you know, if this isn't you, if it's not you who has, you know, air in their chart and you don't feel like this is you, this could be somebody who is in, you know, a writing profession or a public speaking profession, a communicating profession, music, or whatever. Some sort of area in life that could benefit you, who may come off as a little bit, you know, brash, like, you know, how rude. You know, they told me the truth, but how rude. And I'm not necessarily seeing that as, in this context, I'm not necessarily seeing their sort of harsh personality as a bad thing for you, especially with the sun here, followed by the hangman. It might be you who needs to change how you're receiving the message. So let's pull a little bit more information. What other information do we have for Aries for October 2019? What other messages do we have for Aries, October 2019? What other messages do we have for Aries, October 2019? What other messages do we have for Aries, October 2019? Other messages do we have for Aries? Let's see. What other messages do we have for Aries, October 2019? Oh, looks like we got one. Let's see what it is. All right, so we have the Page of Pentacles right here. All right. I'm getting the feeling that this is your energy, because when we did pull that Eight of Cups, it's about you stepping into new territory. And with the Page of Pentacles, this is somebody who's maybe starting their first business or something like that. Somebody who is maybe branching out and finally seeing what else that they can accomplish in their life based on the opportunities available. Maybe seeing new opportunities, meeting new people, and just really excited to get started and work on something. You know, build their own, you know, their own empire. Somebody who is, you know, looking ahead to the possibilities of becoming stable, growing something, starting something on their own. You know, maybe you've been, you know, in a work environment, in a work situation, or in some other situation, maybe just coming out of school, you know, out of college or something, and you're finally going after your first job, or maybe you've been in a job for a while and you're finally looking into other options, doing your own thing, taking your personal projects and, you know, blazing forward, you know, stepping out of that whole planning phase and looking into the actually getting out there phase. So I'm picking that up as your energy. That's also Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy. I don't know if anybody out there has that in their birth chart as well, but I'm picking that up as you. What other messages do we have for Aries? October 2019. What other messages do we have for Aries? October 2019. All right. Okay, so we have the Death card. So what I said in the beginning with the Oracle cards about change, and we have a lot of people on the board right now, a lot of major arcana on the board right now. You're going through a period of change right now. And with change, it calls for one thing to end so that another thing can begin. You know, with death, it literally means ending one life and beginning another, going into a new phase of life, going into like a new carnation, a new you. That could literally translate into a new job, a new home, a new project, a new business. Either way, you're transforming something. It could just be going to the next phase, you know? Say that you're a writer. You're a writer. You've been writing and working on this book for so long. You go ahead and participate in NaNoWriMo. You're finally close to the end, and And, you know, now you're being faced with the opportunity to actually put your work out there. And that definitely goes along with the theme. You know, death doesn't have to be scary. Death can be actually wonderful. That means you're finally putting an end to this phase so that you can elevate and transform and go to the next. You know, just like a butterfly. It's just like a butterfly motive. And, you know, based on the cards that we pulled earlier, the oracle cards, you know, this really has to do with you finding your authentic voice, not being afraid to put yourself out there, put your work out there. If this has to do with a relationship, a connection that you're in, not being afraid to listen, process, and then speak your truth, speak your feelings. If you're skeptical of what this Knight of Swords is saying to you, ask questions, you know, express yourself. Express yourself so that you can elevate from, you know, this mode of just like maybe reacting, maybe receiving things harshly, to the mode of putting your own energy out there. It's almost like going from the receptive feminine to the aggressive masculine, right? But not in the way of, you know, embodying the Knight of Swords, not in the way of, oh, I'm just going to be harsh. No, it's more like, think like King of Cups, somebody who is balanced, somebody who is emotionally stable, somebody who can really listen, but can also put forth, you know, put forth ideas and put forth energy in a very sure way, because they already processed the information, and it's not about coming from, you know, an overly emotional standpoint. This could very well mean business, you know, keeping it completely business. Like, hey, you said this to me, what do you mean? Am I taking this the wrong way? You know, are there, you know, really filling out the situation. Are there opportunities there for you? If so, pursue them. That's all I'm saying. Pursue them, but pursue them with the right mindset, not like a defensive mindset. But let's pull more cards. What other messages do we have for Aries for October 2019? What other messages do we have for Aries? All right. What's this? All right, so we have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is all about self-deception. Self-deception really based out of fear. It's really fear-based. Having this idea that perhaps you don't have a voice, perhaps what you think isn't relevant, perhaps what you feel nobody else cares to hear. And that's what I meant by sort of stepping out of that receptive mindset. You know, you need to start there. Start by listening, but then after that, go ahead and formulate your thoughts and speak, because you aren't trapped. You're definitely not trapped at all. And we have 2 8s. This is right under the 8 of Cups. You're not trapped. You know, there's nothing to fear out there. You know, when you're venturing out into this new situation, could very well be a new relationship with somebody, a new friendship, a new partnership. Don't feel like you can't speak up. You know, if you want to ask questions, just make sure your questions are based in logic. Make sure your questions are based in logic, and make sure your questions aren't really tied too heavily to your ego. You know, because ego doesn't necessarily mean that you think you're the greatest. Ego can very well mean that you're limiting yourself based on maybe prior assumptions, what you think that you know, what you thought that you know, what you thought that you see, what you think that you see. So, you know, go ahead and release yourself from that mental prison of feeling like you can't express yourself, and just do it. Because that's clearly an important part of your transformation with this Death card here. And the Sun is still on the table. That was the first card that came out. Happiness is still on the table, especially in October 2019, but that's tied to you communicating. That's tied to you communicating and feeling confident in it. Just be confident to communicate, but make sure you're embodying that Hanged Man energy and seeing things from all angles. Don't go based on your prior assumptions, and don't be so quick on the draw either. Don't be so quick on the draw. Because if you're not thinking before you're speaking, forget about it. All right, let's get another card for Aries, October 2019. And there it is. Nice, very nice. Oh, we got something else at the bottom. All right, let me fix my cards, make sure they're straight and perfect. Not that that matters. But we do have the Nine of Pentacles here. Very beautiful card. And all this really symbolizes is abundance, you know, getting everything that you want and being able to enjoy it. You know, seeing the opportunities to strike in different places, going after it and reaping the benefits of, you know, pursuing what you want. You know, you put in the work, and it's the last card in the spread. You're getting exactly what you want, and you get to enjoy it. Independently too, you know, not relying too heavily on other people's efforts. This is you coming into your own strength, really. And then at the bottom of the deck we have the Lover's card. So there's two messages here with the Lover's card. One is balancing that feminine and masculine energy within yourself. Two, it could very well mean a soulmate. You know, somebody that has come into your life so that they can help you out in this situation. Somebody who, you know, maybe does help balance you out. Maybe has an opposite energy to you that's complementary to yours. Or maybe somebody who has a similar energy that's complementary to yours. Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It could very well just be a friend, you know, that's coming in to help you with this. So I definitely see your success tied into your relationships, definitely this month. What I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull some advice cards for you for October 2019. But before I do that, I definitely want to clarify a couple of these cards, just to give you a little bit more information. So what I really want to clarify is this. First of all, let me see. Let's clarify the sun. Let's just go down the whole row. Clarify the sun for October 2019. All right. This is the Knight of Swords. So yes, your happiness is tied into this Knight of Swords energy, this person who's speaking truth, who may not, you know, communicate in a way that you're used to, but they're definitely beneficial to you in October 2019. And hey, that very well could be you speaking your truth, because those were in your oracle cards. Let's clarify the Hanged Man for October 2019. Clarify the Hanged Man for October 2019. All right, two cards. I can pick them up. Okay, Two of Cups and Six of Wands. So Six of Wands and Two of Cups, your success is tied into this connection that you have, to your soulmate connection, because this is the soulmate card. And this is success being tied into the soulmate connection, and viewing the connection from a different standpoint. I don't know if this is your lover or your friend, your partner or whoever, but I'm definitely seeing a relationship having a big impact on your success, and proper communication within that relationship. Let's not forget that, okay? So Eight of Cups, clarify the Eight of Cups for October 2019. All right. Ten of Pentacles. Aries, this reading couldn't be better. This couldn't be better. You taking that chance to leave behind maybe, you know, your old situation for your new situation, your old mindset for your new mindset. What you've built before for what's presented in front of you is ultimately going to be your window to success. You know, this is the Ten of Pentacles right here, the Ten of Coins for you. Financial success, stability, you know, having that well-rounded sense of self, sense of home, sense of direction is very much tied into you letting something go for something new. You know, you're not just having an empty caravan here. You know, once you empty something out, you can bring something else in. It doesn't have to be empty forever, okay? But you do have to leave something out. Let's clarify this Knight of Swords. All right. So what I was talking about, the King of Cups earlier, he's here. The King of Cups is here. I don't know if anybody has Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer in their birth chart, or is dealing with somebody with that in their majors, Sun or Rising. But this Knight of Swords energy right here is definitely tied into you being successful within you know, whatever situation you're pursuing in October 2019. And with the Eight of Wands here, it's definitely something that's going to move pretty fast. If you've been working on something, because we do have 3 8s on the table so far, if you've been working on something, it's coming to a conclusion. If you've been, you know, writing a book, it's coming to a conclusion. If you've been working on a project, it's coming to a conclusion. So whatever you've been wanting, don't worry, it's happening. Let's clarify the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Coins. Clarify the Page of Pentacles. All right, the Four of Pentacles right here. So definitely not restricting yourself, going for it, not restricting yourself at all with this Four of Pentacles, not being afraid to step outside of the door, to put a little bit of investment out there. You know, if you've been saving your money for, you know, to start a new business, to go to school, to travel, to do something, it's definitely a good month to take a little bit of a chance and put yourself out there. Don't restrict yourself too much. Clarify the Death card. Clarify the Death card for October 2019. Clarify the Death card. Clarify the Death card. All right. Beautiful. Oh, I'm loving this, Aries. The Six of Cups, one of my favorite cards. So this is definitely about, I guess, I'd say reconciliation. That's one of the key words when you see this card. But reconciliation in the sense that you're not letting maybe your past perceptions, your past feelings get in the way of your future. You're able to transform, like this Death card right here. These are both Scorpio cards, by the way. You're not letting your past define your future. You're letting it go. Maybe you tried to start a project in the past and it didn't work. Maybe you tried to start a relationship in the past and it didn't work, and now you're afraid to move forward. I think it's time to let it go, and that's what this means. Forgiving yourself from the past and really going into things with a really innocent energy, you know? Innocence. That's really what this is about. Forgetting the past, right? Looking back, giving thanks for the great experiences, giving thanks for the wisdom and knowledge, and moving forward. Forgiving yourself and others. All right. Let's clarify. And there's 2 6s right on top of each other, right? So your success is heavily tied into you being able to move forward. Right here, Eight of Swords. Clarify the Eight of Swords. All right. King of Pentacles. I don't know if you have somebody who's a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo in your life, but there's definitely that energy of that strong, sturdy, I guess reliable, you know, not overly emotional energy that's going to be required in this situation. Definitely when, you know, you're walking away, it's really calling for you to be more grounded in your approach with the King of Pentacles here. If you're not dealing with somebody who's already in that mindset, in that space, it's definitely you. Not letting fear sort of overcome your decision making, but logic and practicality. If you're thinking about taking a business risk, be practical and thoughtful in your approach. Clarify the Nine of Pentacles. Clarify the Nine of Pentacles, please, for Aries, October 2019. Clarify the Nine of Pentacles. I seen this one earlier. We have the Ten of Wands. This is about releasing burdens, letting go of something else so that you can make it past that finish line with the rest of your wands. In the traditional tarot imagery, it's a guy holding 10 wands and his destination is in sight, but it's getting hard holding on to all those wands. He has to let some go so that he can carry the rest past the finish line. And I think this is about prioritizing, because it's right on the Nine of Pentacles, which is a really practical a practical card. It's success through taking the right approaches so that you can enjoy what you already have. Don't try to take on too much. You got to let some things go so that you can enjoy what's left, you know? Yeah, so at the bottom is the 9 of Wands. We have a lot of wands on the board, a couple tens. So your success is tied into you letting go. Keyword, let it go. Which is fine. We all need to let go. Persevere. See your project through. But when it's time to trim some of the fat, you know, trim the fat. And if this is about a partnership that you're unsure about, I think it's safe to say it's good. It's safe to say that it's good to take a risk if this is a partnership, but you have to take the risk. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull some advice cards before we wrap this up, Aries. So what advice do we have for my Aries moving forward in October 2019? What advice do we have for my Aries moving forward in October 2019? All right, cool. 2 advice cards. Awesome. No, we have 3, my favorite number. All right, we have the Sun. Yay, you're gonna be very happy. Lean into joy, Aries. Lean into joy. Don't be afraid if somebody offers you something that could be good for you. Don't reject it, okay? If you're holding on to some traditional mindset, if you're worried about what other people are gonna think, if you're worried about what principles that you established for yourself recently or over the years to protect yourself from risk, I don't think that that's a great way to be at the moment, especially in October. And we have you at the bottom of the deck. What? We have you, the Emperor, Aries, taking control, being that strong, dominating force that you are, right? And then right under the Emperor, we have the Empress. So if you're in a connection, Aries, if you're in a connection with somebody or thinking about being in a connection with somebody, it's safe to say you can take the risk, Aries. You can take the risk. You'll be all right. Because this is your soulmate. Whether they're meant to be here short-term, long-term, you can trust that if you let down some of your boundaries, you're going to end up great. You know, they're tied to your success and your stability. I don't know if, maybe you already met this person and you were thinking about a long-term relationship, but I do see it being wonderful in October 2019. So those are the messages I have for you, Aries. I really hope that they were helpful. I really hope that you got something out of it, maybe some confirmations. If you have any comments, just let me know down and below in the comment section. And thank you so much for listening. I will see you in the next one. Bye.